Okay, I'm back here. I done got the old Y in here, the old Y block. Well, yesterday ran into a dilemma that everybody right now is going through, and rather obvious one. Parts. uh, Whenever I start a project like this, I always, first thing I do is buy a gasket set. Complete, total, 100% gasket kit. The one with the head gaskets, everything. Pull up clear apart and regasket it. Paint it up. Because when it's apart, I can look it over, make sure everything's good. I ain't going to have no issues. And stick her all back together, seal it up, covering all the bases. Anyway, I checked the vault, and I like to buy my parts local. I like to have the parts in my hand, especially on odd stuff like this. You want to make sure you got the right parts. I've had a lot of troubles with ordering wrong stuff or ordering the right stuff and it comes in. You know the drill. So I found a gasket set, and of all places, O'Reilly's has got it, or they can get it. Uh, Long story short, 8 weeks out minimum because it's on back order. So I either I either wait 8 weeks to get the kit that I want, or I can order. Summit has the gasket set, but it's a brand I don't use. I don't like the rear seal in it, unless they've changed. I don't want to use that rear seal that comes in the kit that I can get through Summit. It's not Summit brand. It's another brand. Uh, it's actually the Felpro one. Uh, I've had troubles with the rear seal in them. Uh, Instead of the Molly, the Molly is the one that I want because I know that rear seal works. This one, the Felpro one is a gamble, so I don't know. I might order that because I can have it here in 3 days, or I can wait for the Molly, but it'll be January before I get on that motor. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to order the Summit kit. Meantime, though, here's the old one, the locked up one. There's parts I need off of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tear this down. And she's locked up right now. It's had water in it. Right there, that's the bad stuff. When you're looking at a motor to buy and you can't tell if it's any good or not because you can't get it to run, you look for that. Not only that, but you come up here on this side of the stick. See all that crud? That's telling me this has blow by. You look at the bottom of that cap, see that oil up in there? Again, it's all pointing to this could have just been rainwater, but I'm suspecting this thing's got a little blow by. Uh, could be because it was run without the rings reseating in and that it might come out of it. It's a big gamble. But in the meantime, It's locked up. I can't turn it over, and it's got water in it. I know for sure. On these Y blocks, they're uh, they're a solid cam, solid lifter cam, and the lifter design on these things is crazy. Um, you got to lift them up, hold the lifters up inside the valley, pull the crank out, and then the lifters drop out the bottom. They're kind of a T shape, uh, T shaped design. They're kind of shaped down like this, and then they got the lifter part down here, but they're in the cast iron here and the lifter bores. When they lock up like this, 9 times out of 10, they've gotten water down the valley and it rusts those lifters into the lifter bore. And if they seize up in there too good, the block is no good because you can't turn it over. That's what locks them up. And you can't get the cam out with the lifters in there because you can't pull them out through the top. You can't force them out through the top. You have to break them free in order to get it to go. But I thought, well, you know, that might make for a good video. Um, Trying to unlock, unseize one of these old vintage motors. Even though it's one I'm not going to use, I'm going to go ahead and try to unlock this motor. Uh, if I can't, I can't. You know, I bought this knowing it was a junk cord. It was already locked up. That's why I took very little care of it out there. All I wanted off of it really was that, the manifolds, the bell housing, and that transmission over there that's leaking all over my floor now because I was a dumbass and left it upside down. Uh, Actually, I did that on purpose because it's been set upright for so long. I want to let that oil get on the top side because I got to tear that all apart next and clean it all out and put it all back together and gasket it and everything. Uh, this stuff is Ford, so it's easy to get parts for it. Easier to get parts for it. It's not Mopar. Mopar is expensive, and some of their old stuff is hard to get a hold of. If it was Chevy, it'd be real easy, but eh. I'm a Chevy man, but I sure get a lot of Fords. Okay, but I think that's where I'm going to go with this. While I'm waiting for the gasket set to make this one right, I'm going to go ahead and tear into this and I'll video the whole thing, the whole process, and kind of show you the inner makings of these oddball, whack out, weirdo Fords. And so, uh, big shout out to you guys out there. I got a lot more traction views off of these Y blocks than I ever would have thought of. Um, so I've I've only been into these a couple of times. To tell you the truth, pretty much just tune-ups on them, points, changing the plugs on them, adjusting the carburetor. That's pretty much all I've ever done with these things. I know a little bit about them, but maybe through this video series, you can watch me learn it, and I'll kind of try to maybe teach you as I go along the way. I did order a Motors manual for it, the Motors brand shop manual. It should be here today. Yesterday was a holiday, so they didn't deliver the mail. So it shows on my tracking numbers that it's here. So, or that uh, on its route, en route, whatever the The mailman's got it, and he's going to give it to me. That's what it says. Also, I got a new camera coming. Well, new to me. This all stuff's coming off eBay. I got lucky. I did end up picking up a new camera to try to updo some of this video stuff. It's cold out here. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do with this. While I'm waiting again for parts for that, let's go ahead and dive into this and see what we can come up with, and see how to unlock or free up or try to save an old vintage motor. Lord knows I got a few of them around here. Okay, meantime, let's keep that metal hot.